Hi everyone, James Foster here, and this is Fast Cash Ideas, if I can talk. Basically, if you are in a situation where you need some money fairly quickly, within about a month, 2 months, this is going to be your best bet. Short of going and just getting a regular job, these are the things that I recommend. Alright, so let's just jump into it. These are some great ways that you can make some fast money by, well, we'll get into how in just a second. So let's start off here. I think we do this like comedy. They say in comedy, one of the tricks is to start with your best and end with your best. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to start with some basically subcontractor type work, also a little bit of arbitrage. So you don't necessarily wind up having to do all the work. You wind up as more of a facilitator, and you get to keep a good percentage of the profits by doing that. So let's take a look. First, what you're going to do is, as a subcontractor, obviously you're going to be fulfilling a service. So you need to pick which service it is that you're going to be providing. You could do copywriting, articles, graphics, SEO. Those are the basic online services that are most commonly used and people will use. Alright, so once you have those, once you figure out which one of those you're going to be providing, you're going to need to figure out who you're going to sell these services to. So, the two big ones that I would recommend, that my research has found are the most likely targets, are offline marketing firms, regular marketing firms like brick and mortar type local marketing firms, and consulting companies. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, let's say you're doing graphics. You can produce either 3D book covers like we use for ebooks, or more than likely they need creatives like ad banners and that kind of thing. So what you would do is you would approach these companies and say that for small projects, you can provide them with their graphics for, say, $15 a piece, which is a really good deal. If you go to a regular marketing company and say that you can handle some of their overflow if they need more done, or if like they have an in-house guy who's just backed up, maybe they'll have some work they can done. Or maybe, it's a fairly tough economy, maybe some of these marketing companies got rid of their graphics guy because it cost too much. They were spending 40 grand, 50 grand a year to pay this, college kid to design graphics on the computer for them. Maybe that got a little expensive. Maybe they're now looking for a new place to get this done more cheaply so they can increase their profits. That would put you in an ideal situation if you can reach them and say, hey, instead of what you're normally paying graphic, you can just pay me a flat 15 bucks and I'll create it, my company will create it for you, and we'll get it to you within 2 to 3 business days. Now, 2 to 3 business days of their graphics designer's time would be a few $100s. I bet anything more than an hour of their graphics designer's time would cost more than $25. So you're providing them a really good value, and this way they're just paying for what they need as opposed to paying someone hourly. But it also would not be out of the norm for these kind of companies if you send them some samples. And what I would do here is I would basically just find someone off Fiverr. Find someone off Fiverr that will do some graphics design for cheap, ask them for some samples, email those samples to the companies that you're propositioning, and say, yeah, my company can handle this kind of work, and we can do it for 15 bucks per order, per piece. They send you 15 bucks. You give 5 bucks to the Fiverr guy, you pocket 10 bucks for that. But what I was going to say is it's not out of the ordinary, especially if they think it's a really good deal, which it is, for them, a big business to say, okay, Great. 15 bucks a piece. I just want to pre-order 10 of them. Here's 150 bucks. 15 orders, you would just give, or 10 orders, yeah, 10 orders, just give 50 bucks to your Fiverr guy as the orders come in, and boom, you pocketed $100 right there. You can charge more for this. I'm just trying to give you basically lowball numbers so you can, that will grab the attention of these companies. Because if you give them anything this low, they're going to think it's a steal, especially if you show them some samples. It's going to be a no-brainer for them to work with you. And, you know, maybe over time you raise your fees, raise your prices. Not uncommon. Businesses do it all the time. So that's one way. That's the subcontract arbitrage. You go to or you could even go to graphics companies if you can find some busy ones and go to them and say, hey, we'll handle your overflow. We're really good. Here's some samples of the work we've done. We're dirt cheap. So, you know, send your extra work over to us. It can be a great way to make a good amount of money very quickly. Alright, so that's the subcontracting arbitrage method. Another way, if you have some skills in the online arena, is to produce your own cheap product, a small, inexpensive product. Now, what I'm basically talking about here is what you're familiar with, the Warrior Form. You can easily sell these kinds of things as WSOs, small little $7 products. And all you're going to do here is essentially find a problem someone's having and find the answer to that problem as well. So let me give you an example. I've made a list here of some evergreen topics that people are pretty much always looking for information on. Building traffic, list building, copywriting, product creations, article marketing, affiliate sites, the AdSense, Amazon, eBay kind of stores. Those are a little bit flavor of the month, but for the most part, they've been selling for a long time, especially the AdSense stuff. So, you know, regardless of what you do, unless the program has gone away, it's very possible that you're going to be able to make a decent amount of money with these. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a specific thing people want to know about. Let's say you find, or you decide to write a report about the cheap $7 product on the 7 best free ways to drive traffic. Okay? And the beauty of this is you don't necessarily need to have done this yourself. What people are basically paying for here is the research, so they know, so they don't have to spend hours of their time figuring out what the best ways to drive traffic are. Kind of like this product that you're buying right now. I haven't actually necessarily done all of these methods here to make money, but I've done the research and compiled what I consider to be the quickest, best list of ways that you can earn money. Okay? So that's essentially what you're doing. You're finding one question, you're getting them an answer for that question, and you are providing it to them in easy to digest, preferably step-by-step format, so they can use that information to the best of their abilities. That is well worth the $7 asking fee or whatever you're asking for it. If you stay under 10 bucks, it's a no-brainer. That what you're providing them is definitely 100% worth what you're asking, even if you haven't personally done it, because you've taken the time to figure out by going through research. And you know what? In fact, that research can even most of the time be done on the Warrior Form. If, say, you're doing that report on the 7 best ways to drive free traffic, if you go to the search feature on the Warrior Form and look up free traffic or search traffic driving tips or something like that, sorry, I had to take a drink there, you're going to find probably dozens of threads about ways to drive traffic. And you can just cherry pick the best ideas out of there, rewrite them in your own words, and boom, you're done. Okay, so that's a cheap product. Again, some of the evergreen markets that people are pretty much always interested in: social media, AdSense, Amazon, eBay sites, affiliate/niche sites, article marketing, how to run WSOs, how to make profitable WSOs, how to create your own products, how to write good sales letters, how to copyright, how to build lists, and how to drive traffic. Okay? And you can always just pause this part of the video right here if you want to watch and look at that list. Okay. So, let's get to the least sexy way on the list here. And that is you yourself providing services. Like I said, it's very, very, very unsexy. But if someone came to me and said they need money today or this week, short of telling them to go out and rob somebody, which I would never do, I would never say that, this is going to be the quickest way. And you're pretty much looking at those topics that we discussed here. Whatever you're good at, copywriting, article writing, graphics, doing SEO, that's kind of what we're looking at here. And then there's a few different places where you can sell your services. The Warrior for Hire forum, of course, that's a great one. I believe Odesk, well, Odesk is on this list too, but Digital Point also has a similar type of marketplace that you could list your services as well. Freelancer.com and Elance.com, and like I said, Odesk. All of those are great freelancer websites where you can very quickly pick up jobs. So you can get some experience, get some money, and build up a reputation as being a good service provider. And like I said, if you need to make quick money, there's really not a faster way online. Okay? So there's that. It's pretty simple. It's unfortunately not very sexy, but sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Okay? Now, the last cool one, and that I really like, and I'm actually working on this myself, offline site flipping. What I'm talking about here is taking a local search term and a local business, local industry, and putting up a site for it. So what I'm talking about here is like Wilmington, Delaware, and we're going to talk about what niches right now and how to rank it in just a second. But let's say you pick a city like Wilmington in Delaware, all right? So we could do Wilmington, Delaware chiropractors. We could put up a site for Wilmington, Delaware, Wilmington dentists. All of these, from lawyers, plumbers, hair salons, tanning, all the way down to plastic surgeons. I'm sure there are plenty others. I didn't make an all-encompassing list here, but this is a pretty good list. Again, if you want to write them down, pause the video, copy them down, you'll be good. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to Google's external keyword tool. You can just Google external keyword tool if you need to find that. And you're going to type in Wilmington chiropractor. Now, depending on what city you go with or where, you're probably going to find, if it's a major city, fairly major city, I would say population 500,000 plus, it's pretty likely you're going to be getting about 1,000 people a month searching for that term, which isn't bad. But the beauty of that is, it's an offline term. Most offline companies aren't any good at SEO. A chiropractor knows nothing about SEO. And if he's doing anything, which he's probably not doing anything with his website. He's paying some company some overpriced fee to throw a few articles at the website, or a few press release, a few mass submissions of an article or something like that, you know? So, what you're going to do here is you're going to see if first off, and just see if the domain name Wilmington Chiropractor is available. It's probably not. And if it's not, you just make a derivative of it, something like Best Wilmington Chiropractor or Honest Wilmington Chiropractor. More than likely, those will not have been taken. And if they're not, you register that. Throw up a WordPress site. Go to something like Go Articles. type in your keyword phrase, Wilmington Chiropractor, see if there's any articles on there. Throw those up on your WordPress blog. Yes, you're giving a few outgoing links, but no big deal because of the author bio box, which you want to make sure you add. Make sure you add that, people. Not a big deal. And then you're just going to rank that site. And like I said, most of these people don't know anything about ranking sites. So it'll be really easy for you to do that. And let's get into that. How to rank the sites. Like I said, keyword in the domain. So in this case, we're looking for Wilmington Chiropractor or Honest Wilmington Chiropractor. Throw it up on WordPress. Put in an SEO plugin for WordPress. I personally like the all-in-one SEO plugin. Very good plugin. Add some keyword-rich content, and that's what I'm talking about, that you just grabbed from an article on Go Articles or eZine Articles, something like that. And now just throw backlinks at it. Go over to Fiverr or Warrior Forum or Digital Points. Personally, I just go to Fiverr and the Warrior for Hire section. Warrior for Hire section, right now, currently as I'm recording this, it's like the, the January 5th. There's a guy on there who is selling 50 PR4 and higher profile backlinks for $5. That's awesome. Spend $5, get those. Okay? Go to Fiverr. Just Google press releases. You'll find someone who can who will write you a press release for $5. It'll be keyword rich. It'll have your keyword in it. Link, anchor text, backlinks. Have that written for $5, and then find someone who can submit it to like 100 press release sites for another $5. You've just spent $15, and you've probably done everything you're gonna need to do to make that rank. If you need to do more, if after a few weeks of waiting for these things to get indexed and whatnot, you find out you need to do more, okay, you spend a little bit more. But you're not going to have any problem getting to the top of this search engine. Minimum first page, top half of the first page, I think, that I've found in my experience. You're going to be able to do that for, $50 to $100. But excuse me. Here's the beauty of that. What you're going to do is you're going to slap up a big for sale sign on this website. And think about it. If you're ranked, ideally you want to be ranked number 1, of course. And if you are, you're ranked number 1 for the term Wilmington Chiropractor. And say 1,000 people a month search for that term. Okay. Awesome. So, what if a chiropractor bought that site from you? How valuable would that be to them? What if it just brought them an extra 2 clients a month? 1 to 2 clients a month. That's nothing. That's like that's less than a 1% conversion rate. But for a chiropractor, especially if the person winds up needing several adjustments, can wind up being worth thousands of dollars. That's great, because that's what you're going to charge for this website. If it can bring them in a couple clients a month, you are going to have absolutely no problems, because what they're going to do is they're going to take over that website. You'll transfer it to them, which is a really simple process. You can just Google it. You'll figure out how to do it. Basically, you're just transferring the DNS servers over to the new host, zipping up the files that you currently have on the site, send it over to them, and their web guy is just going to replace your site with their site. So they have your rankings, your domain, and their site on it, basically. Anyway, if it brings them in a couple people a month, they will gladly pay you $1, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 for this site, because it's already where they want to be. Say it's a smaller place that is just building up, and all their big competitors are already on the top of the search engine. You come in, crush it, and then offer to let them buy the site that's above their competition. They have they're gonna love you. They're gonna love you, and they will gladly pay you for this site. It's that simple. Now that can be done pretty quick. You'll get rankings on that kind of site generally within a couple weeks. You know, obviously I can't guarantee it because I don't know what you're doing and all this kind of stuff. And, well, it's basically a bit of a... SEO is a bit of an art, which I'm sure you've already figured out. But you should have no problems ranking that term within a month or two. At all. And you should easily be able to cash in and pull $3,000 to $5,000 out of that site for it. Okay? So, I'm James Foster. Again, these are 4 fast cash ideas that can really make you some bank. Alright? So if you need money fast, try these. If not, if none of these will work for you, I don't know what to tell you. Might have to get a job. Alright? So hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Again, I'm James Foster. Bye-bye.